Welcome back to Lesson 91, Part 2 today with our Solving Absolute Value Inequalities. In yesterday's lesson, we saw how we could solve an absolute value inequality that involved our less than sign, where our answer was in between two numbers. Today, we're going to see how we can solve an absolute value inequality that has a greater than sign. Just to review something we did go over yesterday, our absolute value. Remember, absolute value is a distance from a number from 0, which means absolute value is always positive. You can never have a negative answer when it comes to an absolute value. Absolute value can equal a negative number. We did see yesterday that the solutions to our absolute value inequalities were written as compound inequalities. The answers yesterday were in between two numbers, and today we'll see how does the question set up when I have a question that looks like the following, where the absolute value of x is greater than 6. So what does that question actually mean? The question wants me to give any numbers, any real numbers, that the distance is greater than 6 spaces away from 0. It's more than 6 spaces away from 0. Well, just like I did yesterday, if I have my person that is starting here at the number 0, so let me see if I'll just put a little stick here. We don't try to draw my person out again today. If I have someone that's starting here at the number 0, they need to go more than 6 spaces away. Well, where can they be? And they're more than 6 spaces away. Well, they can't stop in between the 0 and the 6 because they would go less than 6 spaces away, so they have to be out here past the number 6. Well, that would be true if they went to the right. What if they decided to go to the left? Where can they be? And they're more than 6 spaces away from 0. They would have to go past the negative 6 headed off to the left. Now, please recognize that you can't be in both of those locations at the same time. You're in one spot or you're in the other spot. Notice I said the word or. That will be the setup that we're going to use for these absolute value inequalities where it's greater than a certain distance away from 0. I would say that my x that I'm trying to describe, well, it's to the left of negative 6. What inequality goes to the left? It's our less than. So I would say x is less than negative 6, or, whereas the second part of my answer is off to the right, and it's to the right of positive 6. Which inequality goes to the right? It is our greater than. So the second part of our final answer would say x is greater than positive 6. So for our summary here, if a is positive, again, our final example today, what if that number is a negative number on the right-hand side of our question? The absolute value of x is greater than some positive number. Here's the setup of your question. What you're describing, the x, well, it could be to the left because that's with your negative numbers. So I said less than negative a. Or the second situation, the x that I'm trying to describe went to the right. Well, going to the right is greater than, and it was to the right of a certain positive letter a in our question. Notice you have two separate parts of the answers. I cannot combine these together in one big answer. The x does have to show up twice, going left and then also going right in your question. Let's work through a couple different examples together so we can see how to correctly set these up. If our question says the absolute value of x is greater than 10, so what does that question actually mean? I'm looking for numbers that have a distance more than 10 spaces away from 0. Well, where can I be? And I'm more than 10 spaces away from 0. If I decided to go to the left, I would have to pass the negative 10 and keep going to the left. My other option is if I went to the right. I would get to the positive 10, but then I would have to keep going past the positive 10 to the right. So I'm going to say x is less than, because I went to the left to go to the negative, x is less than negative 10, or my other option, the x that I'm describing went to the right, so it's greater than, and it had to go to the right of positive 10 in our question. Notice I cannot again put those together as one big inequality because I'm in one section or I'm in another section on the Cartesian plane. Just like yesterday's lesson, you do not have to graph these in your homework. I'll just show you what they look like here up on the screen. So I'm in two different sections, and again, that's why I have to have the or separating the two parts of our final answer. Just like we saw in yesterday's lesson, don't forget the absolute value symbol has to be isolated first. You can't have anything on the outside. If there is, go ahead and make sure that you take care of that first. Well, here's an example of that happening. My absolute value of x over 4 is greater than 2. Notice on the left-hand side with my absolute value bar, I have over 4. Well, I can't have that on the outside of the absolute value sign. So what am I going to have to do to get rid of the over 4, which means dividing by 4? I'm going to have to multiply both sides of our inequality by 4. So now my question says the absolute value of x is greater than 8. My absolute value sign is all by itself, so I can set up my answer. I have a greater than symbol, which means I'm outside of two numbers. I'm either going to go to the left of negative 8, so I have x is less than negative 8, or I'm going to go to the right of positive 8, so x is greater than positive 8. Again, here's what my picture would look like, and you do not need to worry about graphing those on your homework tonight. You just need to give me the final inequality answer, like I showed you, the x is less than negative 8, or the x is greater than positive 8 in your question. Let's see another example where I have a number on the outside of our absolute value symbol. So 3 absolute value of x is greater than or equal to 2.7. Well, I can't have that 3 on the on the outside, so how do I get rid of it? Well, that's being multiplied, so the opposite of multiplication is dividing. So I'm going to divide both sides of our problem by that 3, and now the question says absolute value of x is greater than or equal to 0.9. Notice I didn't distribute the 3 into the absolute value. That's not what you want to do at all. You're trying to get rid of the number, so do the opposite of what you see in the question. The absolute value sign is completely isolated. I see my greater than sign, which means I'm in two different sections. I'm to the left with the negatives, so I have x is less than or equal to negative 0.9, or I'm going to the right with the positive, so x is greater than or equal to 0.9. Again, here's just what the picture would look like. Notice I have the circles filled in because these are less than or equal to and greater than or equal to symbols. Again, you don't have to worry about graphing them on your homework tonight. Now, you may be wondering, well, could I put the greater than the positive first and then put the less than the negative? Yeah, that's not a problem at all. I'm always going to set it up just kind of moving across my number line. The negatives come first, then I'm going to put the positives behind that in my final answer. All right, let's take a look at this question. Negative 3, absolute value of x is less than or equal to negative 9. Now, you may be thinking, well, I thought we were talking about the greater than questions, and this one's a less than question. Well, watch out what's going to happen. On the outside of our absolute value, we have a negative 3. I can't have anything on the outside of the symbol, so I have to divide by negative 3. Now, hopefully that just put off a little light bulb in your mind. I'm dividing an inequality by a negative number. What happened when we divided by a negative number? It reversed our inequality sign. So now my question is actually going to say the absolute value of x is greater than or equal to positive 3. Negative 9 divided by negative 3 is positive 3, and I reversed our inequality sign because I divided by a negative number. Now that my absolute value is by itself, I can write the final answer. The x is less than or equal to negative 3, going to the left of the negatives, or my x is greater than or equal to positive 3, going to the right for our positives. And again, there's what your picture would look like. Two more examples just to walk through here for our lesson today. The absolute value of x minus 2 is greater than 3. Now notice this question, the minus 2 is on the inside of the absolute value sign. So you do not want to get rid of the 2 first. If the 2 is on the outside, then you would take care of that step first in your question. The absolute value is all by itself, so I'm going to split it up into two separate questions. My x minus 2, describing what's on the inside, went to the left, so it's less than negative 3, or what I have on the inside, the x minus 2 is greater than positive 3. Notice the inside of the absolute value doesn't change. Don't change 1 to a plus, 1 to a minus. That still stays as x minus 2. You're just going left to the negative, that's the first inequality, or you're going right to the positive, and there's my second inequality. Both of these will require me to add 2 at this point to get the x by itself. So negative 3 plus 2 gave me negative 1 for the first inequality. 3 plus 2 gave me 5. Notice I kept the same inequality signs because all I did was add, and that does not reverse our inequality symbol. And here's what the final picture would look like. All right, last question for today. The absolute value of x plus 3 is greater than 2. Notice on this question, the plus 3 is on the outside of the absolute value symbol, so we need to take care of that first. How do I get rid of that plus 3? We're going to have to subtract 3. Well, 2 minus 3 is negative 1. So I have the absolute value, whoops, I forgot my absolute value symbols again. The absolute value of x is greater than negative 1. And well, what does that mean? Absolute value is distance, and distance is always positive. So this question says some positive number is bigger than negative 1. Are positive numbers bigger than negative 1? Yeah, that's always true. Any positive number is always bigger than a negative number. Because that's always true, our answer is the all real numbers, and that's our fancy looking R that we give in the question. If we did actually have to graph it, what would that look like? Well, it would just be the entire number line. Anything works in our question. So just to quickly review, the less than, we're in between two numbers. A greater than, you're outside two numbers. You're to the left of the negative, or you're to the right of the positive. Again, if you got questions, go ahead and contact me, and I'd be glad to help you work through your different questions.